sleeping on my city. Don't be sleeping on my city. Don't be sleeping on my sleeping on my city. Don't be sleeping on my city. Don't be sleeping on my city. Don't be how we get down. Don't be sleeping on my city. Don't be sleeping on my city. Don't be sleeping on my city.
Season 4 of StlVsErrbody, kicking it off right. I got one of the pioneers of the promo game in the building. He's an artist as well, / father, / one of my favorite performers, Frost Money.
My man.
What's up with you, bro? It's been a long time, man.
It's been a long time, bro. How you been?
I've been cool, bro.
Hell yeah.
Man, same old grind.
Yeah.
Trying to be like you when I grow up.
Man, I'm trying to get my bars up like you, bro. I want the Crack album back.
Crack album, bro? It's coming, man. It's coming.
Hell yeah.
Every time I listen to it, I like think of you and like sleepy.
Yeah.
Got you, man. It's coming, bro. I just need to get my performance game like yours, though.
Oh,
You
man.
be humping the stage. He be right here 1 minute, then over there the next minute, and he'll be in the crowd. And then you see him grinding on the floor. He'll bring out a sex dial.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Do a blow up dials, all type of shit, man. Was it one show like where you just had on your boxers in a row?
Nah, I didn't do all that.
Okay,
Yeah, I didn't do all that.
I was trying to get
They gotta pay. They gotta pay a little more for that.
But yeah, man, it's a pleasure having you. And for the people who aren't familiar with Frost Money, which I'm pretty sure like a lot of artists should be, you know what I'm saying, hip.
Yeah.
Who is Frost Money? Like, tell us a little bit about yourself,
Man,
bro.
I started off kind of like a journeyman, you know what I'm saying? Just kind of in the game, working with various different people. Sleepy J, we came into the game together. We were doing shows at the Food Bar, which I booked you there before. Was that your first show?
Yeah, we're going to get into that.
Yeah, we're going to get into that too.
That.
Food Bar with Sleepy J. I did some hosting gigs with LT. Charlie Hustle took me underneath his wing for some years.
Rest in peace.
And more so recently, Justin Little, he took me in and brought me over to Pops, and I just been running it up like ever since. And you know, that's how I got into the promo game. And I'm an artist also, so you know what I'm saying, I kind of juggle the two the best that I can.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I've been at it on and off for like 10 plus years now.
For sure.
Yeah.
The director of the show, she asked, like, what does Frost Money mean? Like, what does your name mean? So break it down for the people who like, how did you get the name, like, Frost Money?
Actually, it ain't even that deep. Like, originally I was calling myself Frosty, because I was wearing like a lot of jewelry and stuff, like from Northwest Plaza, of course. I was wearing like a lot of jewelry and things like that. So all the homies was calling me Frosty. And then as time went on, it just turned into Frost. And then there was another rapper with the name Frost, and I was just like, we're gonna throw money on it just because I think it sounds cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, and that's been the name for like a minute now.
For sure.
Yeah.
You said you've been in the game for, what, 10 plus years now?
10 plus, yeah.
When did you first get a passion for, like, music?
Man, I always had a passion for music. I came in having a passion for it, like being a kid, like 4 years old, in my pajamas dancing to Michael Jackson in a cowboy hat. Pause. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's I just love the music just on a completely different level. And then it went from Michael Jackson to MC Hammer, then to NWA, then to Biggie, and then there was a whole Cash Money No Limit thing. So like, I've always been like extremely like passionate and into music. And then I also had an uncle who worked at Best Buy. So he would bring me any and every CD because shit, that's where he worked at.
Oh, for
you know what I'm saying? So I just kind of came up like just getting music just spoon fed to me like my whole life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the reason me and you clicked,
Yeah.
because we had similar interests in like artists. Like
Yeah.
you rock with Michael Jackson.
Tough.
You know, History was a Prince fan.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Me and
Shout
History
out
used to,
History.
you know what I'm saying, debate about Cam. You know, Cam,
Yeah,
that's
Cam,
our
we
guy.
love Cam, yeah.
You know what I mean? Who are some of the artists that inspired you when you was coming up?
Shoot, again, Michael, Hammer, Prince, Rick James,
Okay.
Puff Daddy, Mystical was a big one for me. Busta Rhymes, man, like the list goes on. And of course, like Cameron, like what people don't pick up about Cameron is like he gave a generation game on like how to get money and be fly.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like that was a big one for me.
And confidence too. Like he was the first rapper
Swag,
to really
yeah.
just come out with like, hey, I got on pink.
Yeah.
I look good in it.
Fuck what
you know
thought,
what I mean?
yeah. And
I'm
gonna
not
slide
gay.
with your breezy, yeah.
I'm good.
Yeah. Plenty of them, yeah.
And like the people that you just named, Puffy, Busta Rhymes, Rick James, Mike, Prince,
Yeah.
they're all great performers.
Yeah.
So are those the people that like inspired you, like for like your stage presence? Because you probably had a pretty dope stage presence.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate that.
When you get out there, you just don't give a fuck. You know, people just a lot of artists when they get on stage, they try to be cool or try not to do too much because they don't know how people gon' react to it.
Yeah, for sure.
And you just go out there and be like,
it's out here.
This me.
It's stuck. Yeah.
It's stuck.
Yeah. What I look for, like when I see performers, like I be looking them in their face because they be rapping, doing whatever, but it's like, are you gonna pull the trigger or not?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And you can tell by looking at an artist, like, oh, they spazzing.
Yeah.
They don't give no fuck. Like they don't give a damn. They just going in for it. And that's what I look for. And that came from Michael, Rick, Prince, even Little Richard, like them, they was just putting it all on the line, being creative, being unique, you know what I'm saying, and going for the gusto, like for real. So I came up rocking with that, you know what I'm saying? So yeah.
And it made people remember it makes people remember you that night. Yeah. And it makes your song stand out more. Facts. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because even if you ain't the best rapper of the bill that night, like if you have like the best stage home, they finna go home talking about you. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like
you see that dude do it, he was spinning on his head during this set. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That was gold.
Yeah.
Check out his music.
Yeah, facts, for real.
How long have you been throwing shows?
Man,
because that's what you're most known for.
Yeah.
Is you the guy to go to with the to get a show, your own show, or to be on a show.
Yeah.
So how long have you been doing that?
Shoot, I want to say me and my guy Sleepy, man, we did our first event in 2008.
Okay.
Yeah, 2008, man. It was a while ago, and we went on a run with Fubar for like a couple of years.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying, and then we had to take a break from that. And then I started hustling with Charlie Hustle, and we did Heartbreakers and, things like that. And, yeah.
Hey, man, you was the first person to put me on the show.
Thank you for saying that on camera, bro. Like,
first
for
person
real.
to put me on the show, man, and like multiple shows.
Facts.
You know what I mean? So I truly appreciate that. You and Sleepy,
it's
always gratitude. You know what I'm saying?
I always tell people I was rocking with Bo before Bo was Bo. You know what I'm saying?
He was right when Bo had the braids and the ponytail. You know what I'm saying? Remember that one show I did the black song, like the white crowd was rocking with me. Yeah. They was rocking with me, bro. And I did that last song. It was just crickets.
Yeah.
Then I was like, all right on. You know what I'm saying? they did not fuck with me after that.
That shit was hilarious, bro.
They was rocking hard too. Yeah. Then after that song, they said, I don't know how to feel about them now.
Cause I remember the set like pretty good, bro. I want to say you was rapping over like Mr. Perfect's wrestling theme music, but I think who did the beat? Was it Phantom or was it Louis?
It's a cat named Cliff Pope.
Okay, yeah. Shout out to him because he killed that beat. So like they was like, okay, we familiar with this. This dude cool, and then dude did like a 5-minute song about slavery. Like, crowd was like 90% white. They was just
they
like,
said, nah, bro.
I don't
Next.
know how to turn up to this. Yeah.
they ain't know what to feel. What up made you and Sleepy start throwing shows? Like,
we just didn't like. We wasn't feeling like a lot of the promoters back then. You know what I'm saying? So we were just like, we're gonna take the ball in our own hands and just kind of run with it and just jump out at it, which was kind of low key unheard of back then.
Yeah.
And we were kind of young. Like I want to say we were about 23, 24. Like when we did that, that's kind of young for a promoter. You know what I'm saying? And we just jumped out there and did it. You know, we had some good ones, we had some bad ones, like for sure. But if it wasn't for those years of just building my foundation and trying things out and learning, like I wouldn't be the promoter I am today. You know what I'm saying? Like
a lot of y'all shows were pretty good turnouts though.
Yeah, most of them turned out good. Like, it was a pretty good ratio even back then for some young dudes. Like,
and
for sure.
And like, around that time we was in the college your age, you know what I'm saying? So a lot of college kids, people with less responsibilities, you know what I'm saying? They had time to come out on a Saturday or Friday night and kick it and watch their homies perform or check out new talent and stuff like that.
Facts.
Pay to play. Let's talk about that.
Yeah.
So why do you think artists have such a negative notion with paying to play?
It's just sometimes people don't know like the whole scenario, just like how the business goes and stuff like that. And honestly, like it depends on like what's being offered and like what the situation is. For instance, like sometimes people go on tour like with a national artist, and those guys are violins. Like they literally paid to be on that tour, whatever, and they make their money back like from selling merch and stuff like that. So those situations, it's like, okay, you know, you get to do about 13 cities with this guy. That's not that bad, you know what I'm saying? But if it's a situation of like someone's asking you to perform at a bar, but they want $150 and you don't even get no tickets to sell, then yeah, that's bogus. And that's like pay for play, like literally.
Yeah.
And that's just playing yourself. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to them situations, like there's so many different ways to skin a cat. There's so many ways to get into the game. It's just listen to like what's being offered. And if it sounds like some bullshit, like don't fuck with it. You know what I'm saying? But if it sounds on point, if it sounds worthy to be an investment, then yeah, go for it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like some people take that pay for play hashtag and just went somewhere else with it. But it's just like, no, it's situation by situation. What's being offered and how much do they want, and you know, that's just the game.
I know with y'all, like when y'all start doing that, whoever sold the most tickets, they got the headlining spot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
you gotta earn
that's
it.
fair.
Yeah.
And when you think about it, if you open it up for an artist, people selling them tickets too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so Melly, you gotta kind of do that at first to get your name up, and then you know, start throwing your own shows. That's what I be telling cats when they be like, man, I gotta you know sell all these tickets for this dude, and I said, well, just throw your own show. And when you throw your own show, you still got to you still got to sell tickets. You know what I mean?
Same shit.
But the thing with, you know, like a lot of shows back then, which I like what you're doing now, it's not oversaturated with. It's not 50 artists. No. You got a headliner, and then the people that's performing before them, they match the style. You know what I mean? So it's not a country singer headlining, a trap rapper, a conscious rapper, and then like a, you know what I'm saying, a pop artist. You know what I'm saying? It's all, you know what I'm saying, one, you know, type of genre similar.
Makes sense,
You know what I mean?
So
did you get a lot of negative feedback when you told artists they had to sell tickets to perform at your show?
No, not really. I mean, I probably say like 90-10, maybe 80-20. Like most people will go for it. Because it's usually, or it's always like, it's a fair system. It's a fair system. It's a fair 50-50 split. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's something simple. It's not super long. It's like a small paragraph. Boom, 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 boom. You down with it or you not down with it? And also, like, it's not always about tickets. Like, depending on, like, the type of artist that they are and the type of fan base that they have, we could do a door split. We could do a guarantee. We could do a lot of different things. You know what I'm saying? It just depends on, like, what kind of fans that artist has and, like, what's the realistic draw.
For sure.
Because my biggest thing is, like, if it's there, I'll give it to you. I'll pay you whatever. Like, if we really make X amount or whatever and it's there for me to give to you, hell yeah, I'll give it to you, like, without a problem. You know what I'm saying? So it's not all about tickets. It's just like when you're local and you're on the come up, it's kind of one of the more fair, simpler ways to do things. But as you get your brand up, you can ask for the guarantee. You can ask for the door split. Or you could just ask for the connect. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, just help me get in the building real quick and I get you a little percentage just for being the middleman. Like, it's a lot of different ways to do business.
For sure.
Yeah.
And you also, back in the day, you ran a label, Good Swag.
Good Swag
with was that with you and Sleepy?
Yeah, well, Good Swag was like my thing.
Okay,
or whatever.
Sure.
And Sleepy had VMP.
Got you.
Yeah, definitely.
How were you able to be an artist, a signed artist, and manage all the responsibilities that came with running a label?
It was tough. Like, it was definitely tough, and it was tricky or whatever. But overall, it's just about having the people skills and the organization skills and just having the same common definition of what a manager is or whatever. Like, with a lot of people at management where things conflict is people don't always have the same definition of it. A lot of people think a manager is like an investor. You know what I'm saying? Just someone just pays for all your shit.
Yeah, that's true. A lot of people think that.
Yeah, that's an investor. You know what I'm saying? But a manager manages what you have going on. And if you don't have that much going on, what is that manager to even manage?
Right.
But, you know, the manager can help you get some things to manage. So more so for me, like with the Good Swag situation, I took it as a way to, you know, get some cats underneath my wing get them doing shows on a regular and just get them up and in the right direction. And if we could continue to grow together, then we would. And then if it reached a point where it's just like we did everything that we could do together, then, you know, we shook hands and we kept it moving.
Who are some people that you had on your roster?
A couple of your homies. I had Louis Boy, I had History, I had Chaos for a while, Promo, Block, you know what I'm saying? Like a lot of the friends and homies and associates that, you know, we just decided to do business, you know what I'm saying? They had the skills, I had the stage, you know what I'm saying? So we ran it up.
Now, I know you said, like, as a manager, you know, people think that the manager's supposed to pay everything and all that.
Yeah.
What are some other misconceptions that, you know, artists had being on your label and just in general?
Just
you know
in
what I'm saying?
general,
Like,
like, a lot of people want to be Drake overnight.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that ain't possible. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's 1 in a million, 1 in a billion to be Drake overnight. It just doesn't happen like that. Coincidentally, it just doesn't. But what I can say is, like, if you work with the right team and you work with the right people, you can easily find a way to make a living, off of this. You know what I'm saying? You may be a 50,000 to 100K a year guy, but shit, you know what I'm saying? You're making a living doing what you love.
Hell yeah.
That's reachable. Yeah. That's possible. And you can do that within a year or two, like, honestly. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, everybody, that's like kind of like one of the biggest things. They want to be like superstars overnight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to put in that superstar work ethic.
Like a motherfucker, for real. And have that superstar budget and them superstar connects.
Hell
you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
So it seemed that, like, at a certain part in time, like, shows start slowing up and people on your label went their separate ways. Like, what happened?
Just typical rap crew stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure you've been in some rap crews too, growing up. It's just whether the shows will start slowing down or maybe somebody has something going on in their personal life. Just as you grow up, sometimes you just kind of grow apart from people, unfortunately.
That's true.
And, you know, it just kind of is what it is, like, for real. But what I can say is, like, I never played anybody, like, shady or did anything, like, too flaky or whatever. It's just, you know, people just kind of grow different ways, and sometimes people have a different way of getting to the destination. Yeah. You know, it's just part of growing up.
One thing I can say, though, you always been solid.
Yeah.
Always been fair.
Transparent, real, you know what I'm saying? Like,
straight to the
point. You ain't
gotta
guess,
Was it a much needed hiatus? Like, it was like one point in time where you was just like,
that took time.
You weren't doing music, you weren't doing no shows, you was just, you know, Billy.
Yeah, I was a regular guy for a minute. Yeah, I had to. It was around the time my daughter was born in 2011, and honestly, I had some baby mama drama. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of tough juggling being a father and being in music, like, at the same time. So I took a good 2 years off. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But within that 2 years, I paid attention to everything. I watched what everybody was doing. And then eventually I kind of eased my way back in by hosting some shows for LT. And it was good to have that on-field experience or whatever, just to kind of, you know, read and gauge and just see, like, what the game may have been missing. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Then I jumped back out.
Yeah, what inspired you to come back? Like, it seemed like you rejuvenated, you got the bars up, you know what I'm saying? You throwing successful shows.
It was always the plan, you know what I'm saying? It was always kind of low-key the plan of, like, once things stabilizes a little bit, I'm going to jump back out here. So things just started stabilizing. I got my personal life together. It got me a whip, you know what I'm saying? I was one of those guys in my 20s. I didn't always have a whip. You know what I'm saying? Like, real nigga struggles, you know what I'm saying? So life just started stabilizing a little bit. And then I started hosting LT shows, like, a little bit more regular. And then it was actually my homeboy Block who came to me wanting to get in the game. He's a DJ Block now. He eventually turned it. Yeah, that's my guy. Like, we go way back to middle school. He had jumped out and he wanted to start doing some shows. And with him being, like, my little bro and my homie, I'm like, I'm not just going to have you out here by yourself. You know what I'm saying? So, like, let me run with you, like, for a little bit. And we did some stuff at, like, KT's and O'Fallon. And then I started trapping with Bob over at the Foo Bar again. Okay. And then, you know, one thing just kind of led to another.
How is the closing of all these venues hurting the scene?
Man, that's a great question. The thing is like, over the pandemic, like, a lot of mid-sized venues shut down. So it's like you're either at some bar or you're at a big boy venue like Pops or Red Flag or something like that. Like, there's not too much in the middle.
Yep, like Cicero's back in the day, the
Gramophone, the whole, all that, bro.
Now, even if you got, like, a decent fan base, it's still getting a show at the Ready Room. You know, that holds, 900, 1,000 people. Yeah. So even if you bring out 250, it's still gonna look
Looks
kind of
like a
small.
dent. Yeah,
you know
like
what I mean?
a drop in the bucket.
Or
yeah.
you know, pops. You know what I'm saying? If you
It
bring
can
up,
fit 1,400 people. You can have a 500 person show in there.
yep, and
Still got plenty of room.
yep, room to do like run and do a flip. You know what I'm saying? All that. So
Yeah. And that's the crazy thing, because like a lot of artists, they fall into that middle category. So we do need more mid-sized venues, because there's a lot of artists, they're too good. Their fan base is too big, like for a small bar.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of people who are quite ready to, you know, fill up Pop Shut.
Yeah.
You know, it's tricky.
Yeah.
So we definitely need more mid-sized venues. And, you know, with all these venues shutting down over the pandemic, I mean, we're adapting and we're adjusting as we go. But, I mean, it's something that's needed. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully, you know, something will pop up here soon.
most definitely.
Yeah.
Back to the family thing, like you're a father now,
Yeah.
got a beautiful family.
Appreciate it.
How has parenting changed your mindset with like the entertainment scene?
It's changed my mindset on some, like, I just try to stay as balanced as I can be. And when I'm with them, I try my best to be 100% with them. Like, there's a time where you got to turn it off.
Yeah.
Whatever, because there's dealing with so many different energies amongst the local St. Louis hip hop scene. At that, there's so many different energies that I deal with like throughout the day. So I just try my best not to bring none of that shit home. You know what I'm saying? And just have a positive, loving atmosphere no matter what I have going on. You know, with my work life and stuff like that. But also having so many children and stuff like that is also gave me people skills that I couldn't learn at any school. You know what I'm saying? So my patience with people, dealing with people, finding the solution.
Patience,
yeah, all that shit. That comes from being a father. You know what I'm saying? Like, without these kids, I honestly know I would not be the promoter that I am, because it's the skills that I learned as a parent that I'm incorporating into my business life that keeps me, you know, on my toes. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Because, man, you just gotta find the solutions like out here, bro. Like,
That's true.
For real.
And I seen that you recently lost your pops.
Yeah.
Rest in peace to
I
him.
appreciate it.
How has that affected you as a man and as a father like yourself?
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those situations of like, you don't really know what you got until like it's gone.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So like, you know, my dad, he was there, but like he was a street dude. So it was like a little bit of this, a little bit of that. So like our relationship was kind of complex at times. But, you know, once I got that news that he was in the hospital, I just started having a flashback of like all of these father-son experiences that like maybe I've been suppressing in my mind. And in that moment, I realized like, yo, this dude's solid. Like he been fucking with me. Like, he's not a perfect man at all, but he's been consistently trying to show me love and give me the skills as a man to survive in this world. And he's always tried his best with a little bit of time that he may have got out of me in increments throughout my life or whatever. So, you know, seeing him go just made me realize like how short life is and how precious time is and how you can't take it for granted. Because we were in a situation where like we weren't necessarily beefing or anything, but like we had a situation like a couple years prior where I'm just like, you know what, I'm gonna back up a little bit. And I just always assumed that we had time to turn the corner. You can't assume that you have the time to turn the corner. You know what I'm saying? So like it affected me like that. And also it just made me feel and think like as a black man of like, yo, I saw this man hustle and struggle his whole life. You know what I'm saying? Like life would do that to you if you don't find your happiness and if you're not true to yourself and find your way and consistently make the best decisions for you and your family. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got to be conscious of like what you're doing, like with your time, whatever. So it taught me like a lot of lessons, and like, you know, I miss him, and you know, it made me appreciate him like even more, like in his absence. I'm like, damn, like he was actually pretty solid. You know what I'm saying? He was a pretty good dude, you know. So yeah,
that's the older I get, the more I appreciate everything my dad did for me. You know what I'm saying? And I see people with people with their kids, or, you know, I'll hear things in certain situations, and, you know, like my dad Like my dad always come in mind like, okay, he told me about this, or I remember how he used to handle these situations. Or then when you get older, like the older you get, you know what I'm saying, your dad's not there to give you advice on certain things in the corporate world or raising kids and you know what I'm saying, all that, so that stuff, do be hitting home. You know what I mean? Like he'll never be able to see my son, or if I do get married, give me advice on being a husband and dealing with the nagging, or just be there at the wedding and all type of stuff like that. You know what I mean? So
even something as simple as a phone call.
As a phone call, I used to talk to my pops every day.
For real. And the thing about my dad is like I knew I could call him whenever, however, he'll pull up and help me like with whatever. So like it feels odd. You know what I'm saying? It's still something that I'm getting used to. It just happened back in November. It's like damn, like I can't even call him. Like that's wild.
Yep.
But that's life. So I mean, if you got your peoples, like appreciate your peoples, cause man, time, it's precious.
Time waits for no man.
Thanks.
How do you feel about the new age talent that's in the local scene now?
I like them. Like there's like a lot of dope talent. I feel like there's a more creative wave of people just really being themselves. You know what I'm saying? Like there's so many different pockets. There's so many different genres. We always say like St. Louis is a whole scene in itself.
Big
East
facts.
Coast, West Coast, North, South, we got it all. You know what I'm saying? Like, whatever flavor you want, like, it's all in St. Louis. So, like, there's, like, a lot of dope new talent, like, coming up, bringing, like, a lot of new creative ideas to the table and stuff like that. And I wouldn't mind seeing more grinders, bro. Like, I wouldn't mind seeing more, like, superstars and stuff like that.
Now,
whatever. Yeah.
Do they, I was about to, so this next question kind of relates to that. A lot of the new age cats, they got big followings on social media. Yeah. But do they bring that following out to the shows?
I mean, the ones that I work with, yeah. Okay. But
it's a smart man right here. He's a smart guy.
Do my research. But yeah, that's a good question. And I've dived into that world like a little bit of, guys that have like the strong internet following and stuff like that. One guy that I could say for sure that I was getting hip on through the internet, and then we did shows together, and they were actually like the real deal Holyfield, like, oh, this ain't just internet clout, this is a real thing. EJ Carter.
Oh, yeah.
EJ Carter was building his brand online for years. Yeah. And people had so many question marks about him because they didn't remember seeing him at Cicero's or seeing him, anywhere, just seeing him trapping on the net. But, like, I booked him, and every show that we've done together has been great.
He brought him out.
Yeah, he's the real deal. But, like, yeah, there is, like, this, there's kind of like the segregation between, there's, like, guys that are extremely popular on the internet, but, like, they don't come out the house to do shows for shit. Yeah. And there's guys that are out here doing shows all the time that kind of running on the face-to-face value, but their internet numbers are, like, mediocre. Yeah. It's and
shoot, some of them dudes be, like, they make a living off of music, like for real. Yeah, yeah. And be having like maybe 1,000, 2,000 followers. They follow more people than what they have, but but they out here with making the money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So yeah, man, like gotta have that balance.
Gotta have
that hustle.
Yeah.
I know that's one thing that like a lot of new age people or people in general now, like they rely so heavy on just the internet.
Yeah.
You gotta get out here.
You gotta have both.
Yeah.
You can't beat having both.
Do you deal with the same issues as before with Artisan Shows? Like, oh, I got to go on first, or, I got to, sell these tickets to be put on at this time slot.
That energy is kind of always there, but what I can say is turned down a lot, and it's not as much an issue as it is, because at this point, like, things have been how they've been for, like, so long. It's either, like, you could choose to roll with it this way or not. So the people who don't want to roll with it, they don't even come around or even try it. You know what I'm saying? So when they do come around, they know what it is and are ready to do like whatever that needs to be done, whatever. But there's always like that energy there. Like every once in a while, like there might be like a little hairy situation, but most of that stuff could be solved like within a conversation. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Just a quick bam boom, and we can always find something to agree on.
For sure.
For the sake of business and for the sake of putting on a good show.
How is it like dealing with Black Market Media? That's who you work with, Justin?
Yeah.
How is it over there?
It's great. You know what I'm saying? Justin, he took a hiatus. He's been on hiatus for like the last year or two or whatever, but we still talk probably about every month or so. And, he gives me game. He just kind of, running things, from the box office. You know what I'm saying? So, like, he gives me game, gives me advice. And it's been great. But, like, when I originally got onto Black Market Media, first couple of things that happened within the first few months is like, for one, I started making the most money that I ever made as a promoter, being with Justin Little and Black Market Media Group, and I met Cameron.
Yes,
all
sir.
within the first 3 months of being on Black Market Media Group.
Yes,
so I was
sir.
like, yo, y'all can't tell me shit about
Hell
Justin
yeah,
Little
nothing.
or Black Market Media
Can't say
Group.
nothing bad about Justin. I'm not listening.
Right. Shout out to Justin Little for sure.
You can say, nigga, I said, I think he's just like quoting a rap, something like that, man.
I never heard him say nothing like that. Yeah.
Nah. So any new music coming soon?
Yeah. I've been recording like a lot of different things. I'm working on a project called Granny's Baby, and I hope to have it out probably by the spring.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Maybe spring or summer. And I'm performing like a lot of new music at Frost Night. And man, we just really gonna run it up. You know what I'm saying? And make it do what it do.
Bet that.
Yeah.
Couple more questions and I'm gonna let you go.
All good, bro.
Just gonna ruffle some feathers right quick. Man. So being that you one of the people that look at the scene from like a broader, what I'm saying, perspective.
Yeah.
Who's your? I'm not gonna say top. I'm just say your favorite. Who's your favorite 5 artists as of right now?
My favorite 5 right now in this moment, in this morning, this February afternoon.
And it don't got to be all rappers. It can be just in general.
No, yeah, shoot, like E.J. Carter.
Okay.
Nando.
Definitely.
Miley.
Okay.
Bates,
yeah.
T-Dubbo.
Okay, yes, for sure.
Preach. See, I'm past 5. Zeus.
Yeah, Zeus a hustler, man.
Zeus is a monster.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Not only like is he a hustler and he tours and he's found a way to make a living off this, like artistically, and his stage show is just something that can't be unmatched. Like Zeus is in my top 3.
Yeah.
Like easily, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I always say, like, from a technical standpoint, Bo Dean, you know what I'm saying? I always say, like, there's really damn near no one that can rap better than Bo. you know what I'm saying?
You heard him.
Damn near nobody, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, like, there's, like, a lot of gems in this town. Like, a lot of dope talent, like, for real.
I think Lydia Caesar,
I like Lydia. She's on the rise.
She's a good
right
artist.
Yeah.
She's a good artist. She's been on a real consistent with things she got going on.
Yeah.
Just from seeing it on like Instagram and stuff like that.
Yeah, she got it together.
What is a gem that you can give for people who are looking to reinvent themselves?
Man, just really think who you naturally are as a person. Just really get down to the core of who you are and what your energy's about. Because the more you're being true to your natural energy and who you are to the core, if you're being true, people are going to be able to read it and people are going to be able to see it. And it's going to be easy for you to put out the content and put the music out and put the energy out if it's who you naturally are deep down in your soul. And people will gravitate and rock with that. What I'm doing, like, I have some songs that are inspirational. I have some songs that are ratchet as fuck. But what people know is, like, I'm being true to my core. So people naturally gravitate towards that. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a fan base for everybody out here. You just need to make it clear who you are and what your message is, and that will make your mission a lot more easier.
There you have it, man.
Thanks.
Well, man, it was a pleasure having you.
Yes, sir.
Looking forward to seeing what you do this year. And this is the first episode of season 4. Make sure to follow my boy. Where can they find you at?
Frost_money on Instagram. I also have a Facebook page, Frost Money. Billy Ratliff on the personal page. If you could catch me at the right time, I'm at that 5,000 mark. And Frost_money on Twitter if you're into that type of thing too. You know what I'm saying? Follow your boy.
For sure, man.
Yeah.
Well, this has been another episode of STL vs. Everybody. Signing out.
Gang.